Well, good morning and thanks for tuning back in. If you think the view over here looks a bit familiar, you're actually not mistaken. We were here probably about 3 weeks ago before we sort of went to Timaru and then up to Turquoise. But yeah, we are back here at our favourite park over property here in Timaru. So in the last video, we were up at Lake Ruataniwha doing some fishing and bits and pieces up there, and we had a problem with the caravan. So it wasn't so much a problem with the caravan, but a problem with our fridge. So we were finding that everything in the fridge wasn't as cold as it should be. The freezer was still working fine, although again it probably wasn't as cold as it should have been. But everything was still frozen, but in the fridge it definitely wasn't cold enough, and we had the fridge going flat out, so we definitely had a problem. So we were crossing our fingers it wasn't the fridge that was the actual mechanism in the fridge that was the problem. So we went through to the Turquoise holiday park and plugged into power there. And so what we found is that running on power, the fridge chilled down nice and cold. The fins in the back of the fridge were icing up, and we actually had to turn the fridge down because it was getting too cold. So obviously the fridge mechanism itself was working fine. It wasn't like a refrigerant problem or something like that. It was obviously a gas problem with the fridge. So we rang around a heap of places without a whole lot of success. Unfortunately, a lot of places are booked out till sort of February next year to do anything, so that was not an option. We've got to get through, you know, with summer coming up and Christmas, we've got to get this problem sorted out. So I rang up Foley's gas fitters and plumbers here in Timaru, and they didn't have anyone here in Timaru that sort of specialises in caravan fridges, but she did put me on to the Timaru branch. So she put me through to the lady there in Timaru. I'm sorry, I've forgotten her name. And they had a worker, Sam, who was up here in Timaru the following day doing a first aid course, and she said if we can get the caravan back to Timaru, then they'd get Sam to have a look at it in the afternoon. So basically we left the Turquoise holiday park, came back here to Timaru and took it to Sam in the afternoon. He had a look at the fridge and put a gas meter on it as well, onto the whole caravan, and found that we're right down in gas pressure. So while everything works still, like the oven works and the cooktops and the fridge and gas hot water and everything's still working, it's just working very slowly because of our gas pressure. So yeah, it's a regulator problem on the front of the caravan where the bottles are. So yeah, basically they've ordered the part for us. Unfortunately, over the week, like we came back here on a Thursday. Over that weekend was Canterbury anniversary weekend or something, I think. So of course getting the part was going to take a little bit longer because of the public holiday. So it's now Tuesday of the following week, and we've got it booked in on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and they're going to fit the new regulator. So yeah, that's a bit of a relief. So hopefully that will sort out all our problems as far as the fridge goes, and then we can get back on the road and without that sort of stress of what we're going to do over the summer months with a fridge that's not working. So yeah, that will be great. So yeah, fingers crossed that cures all our problems. But I'll update you tomorrow when we get the new regulator put on, and let you know what's happening. Well, good morning. It has been a couple of days since I've picked up the camera, so I just got to try and recall all of the things we've been doing. Okay, so I'll start back in Timaru. We took the caravan back into Foley's Gas Fitters and Plumbers, and Sam installed the new regulator on the front of the caravan. Yeah, so that was great. We got all that fixed. He put a test on it after the installation of the new regulator, and we back up to the gas pressure we should have, and the fridge is now running awesome. So thanks very much, Sam. Great job, and thanks for diagnosing and sorting our problem out. And yeah, special thanks to Karen and Leanne. Karen works at the Timaru branch of Foley's, and Leanne is at the Oamaru branch, and they were both super helpful in trying to get this problem sorted out with the caravan. So yeah, really appreciate that. So yeah, if you do have any problems with with gas or anything like that in your caravan or motorhome and you're in this area, give Foley's a call. I'm sure they'll help you out. So yeah, so after we left, oh, look at that view out there. Still a bit of snow around. So after we left Timaru, we instead of coming back up to the Mackenzie country through Fairley and Tekapo and back up that way, we decided to come round the other way from Waimate. So we actually stayed at a place called Gallatleys Road, which is a freedom camp between Timaru and Waimate, and it's out on the coast just by the beach. Basically there's a freedom camp at the end of the road there. So we stayed there the night, checked the fridge again in the morning, and yep, all running absolutely perfect. And so we headed to Waimate and then came up, I think it's the Waitaki River. We came up the Waitaki River to Omarama and then up to Twizel that way. And yeah, we're now staying next to the canals here at a place called Lake Wardell. It's another freedom camp in here and amongst the trees here. Heaps of places to park, either on your own or with a group of people. So yeah, we've really enjoyed our time here actually. We've stayed here, it was our third night last night, so we've got to move on today. But yeah, a really nice place to park up. Haven't had any luck with fishing in the canal. We've seen a lot of fish jumping in there, and I had one yesterday when I was winding my lure back in. There was a rainbow trout about 8 inches behind it, just following it, but it wouldn't take it. And often, if you just look in the water along here, as you walk along the canal here, you'll see the fish riding against the edge here, just swimming along. But you can drop something right in front of them and they just veer off and go around it. They, yeah, so they're pretty shy. But yeah, anyway, we've enjoyed our time fishing. I'm sort of glad that no one else has caught anything either, because it makes us feel a little bit better. You don't feel like such a failure if no one else is catching any fish either. So this morning we're going to head out to a place called Lake Ruataniwha, which is also by the canals, and so we're going to do some more fishing out there. Maybe go for some push bike rides along the canal and have a bit of a look. And yeah, we'll probably stay there for a couple of nights. So yeah, should be fun.
In the town on the hill where the apples grow, and the church bells ring every hour or so, I took a little walk just to see the ships coming in. The sun rose up right above the highway, black, blue, red, yellow, golden skyway, just like the day that you
Oh, well, as you can see, we've come out here to Lake Ruataniwha. It was only about, I think it's about 6.5 kilometres from where we were at Lake Wardell, so not very far at all. And yeah, there's two other campers where we are, and look at our spot. You've got to be happy with that, don't you? Absolutely beautiful. I mean, if you're self-contained and are able to go off grid a little bit, why wouldn't you come to somewhere like this? You know, it's free. We can stay here. I think it's for 2 or 3 nights we can stay here. And look at it. It's it's just stunning. I think sitting out here looking at the view with a glass of wine or something tonight will be, or a beer, will be very nice. Oh, well, this is the end of day 1 here at beautiful Lake Ruataniwha. What a stunning spot, eh? Yeah, so I think tomorrow we'll go down and do some fishing, but I also want to go over here. There's a canal that runs along the back over here, so we might get the push bikes off the front of the caravan tomorrow and go for a bit of a ride along here and explore down the canal, do some fishing, and maybe a bit of fishing down here in the lake. So yeah, should be a fun day. But what a stunning spot. So it's another beautiful day here at Lake Ruataniwha. So we went out this morning and went fishing again up in the canal, and then just out in front of us here in the lake. Shelley got a really good fish on. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to land it, but I did manage to get a couple shots of it jumping, so I'll put those in the video. But yeah, check out our view. It's absolutely beautiful. So I think we're just going to spend the rest of the day just sitting here chilling out. And yeah, so I'll leave this one here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please think about doing so. It would be greatly appreciated. And thanks very much to all our new subscribers that have come on board. I hope you're enjoying the videos, And yeah, until the next one, we will see you later. See ya.
See you guys.